What is going on? We back at it again, type beat. Oh my god. Oh, discussion video type. I've been seeing this thumbnail, you know what I'm saying, from the boy, but I didn't want to watch it because I didn't watch the movie yet. So, since I watched the movie, like I think like last week or some shit, I'm like shit, might as well watch it. You feel me? I didn't it wasn't the worst superhero film I've seen, because there are way worse than films than Superman. But there's some things I did not like about the movie. The whole shit about his parents and whatnot, the message, I ain't like that shit. I feel like that plot point, they ain't really had to have that plot point, to be honest with you. I like the music though. I did like that Superman theme. That shit tough. And they had some W fucking shots in that film too. I'm gonna keep it a stack. One thing I did not like is the fucking spoiling, bro. The cool shit in the third act, the laser shit, spinning around, all that cool shit. Why did they keep showing that shit in the fucking trailer? I swear to God, if they didn't show that shit in the trailer, I feel like that moment would have been way cooler. You know what I'm saying, to see for the first time. You know what I mean, like in theaters or in digital, however you watched it. You know what I mean? That's what I hate about movies nowadays, bro. Like the fucking trailer spoil everything. Like they show all the cool shit in the trailer. I hate it. I hate it so much. But yeah, ain't the worst movie. Ain't the worst movie I've seen. I'll watch the Superman over Thunderbolts. That's for damn sure. Oh my god, Thunderbolts pissed me off for real. I did not like that movie. Oh god, me personally, I did not like it. Hey, you liked it? Hey, shout out to you, bro. Kudos to you. But yeah, the dog was funny at first, but then he started annoying the fuck out of me. You know what I'm saying? Like the first time you see the dog, it was cool. Like you're like, okay, that's cool. But yeah, then he started annoying the fuck out of me. You feel me? I don't know. Maybe because and don't get me wrong, I like James Gunn. I like his directing. Like, that style, like it fits like, Guardians. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if that style it like fits like a Superman film. You feel me? So yeah, but they already announced Superman 2 Man tomorrow, right? I think this says slated for like 2027. I mean, so that's cool. So never know. Hopefully, it'll take feedback. You know, constructive criticism, because you still give that shit, niggas still call you some bullshit on the internet. But anyway, I don't give a fuck. But yeah, is the new Superman the strongest Superman? I don't know. Also, low key, I don't think Ultraman is dead. I really don't. I feel like a black hole shouldn't be shit to Superman or Ultraman. You feel me? So that's my opinion though. But anyway, hit the video up, the like, comment down below, subscribe, man. Go to 3K. I subscribe. Fight on Patreon, Twitch, and the game channel link in the description down below. Subscribe to Crisis, man. Get up to 80K, because he is right there. You know what I'm saying? Putting in work. You feel me? But anyway, without further ado, let's dive on in. Alright, what's yapping?
Hello everyone, Crisis
Hello.
here. If there was ever an
Also, I have been binge watching Smallville. It was one of them times, you know what? I want to watch Smallville again. I'm on season 8 right now. And I always forget every single time I watch it, because I always think that the Zod shit happens in season 7. It does not happen. And I think the Doomsday shit in season 8. I always get that shit mixed up. But anyway, I'm dapping.
icon across games, cartoons, television, movies, and especially comics that stood above all others as far as strength, speed, and power, it would be Superman. But surely not all Men of Steel are created equal.
No, they're not.
Just seen James Gunn's newest.
That shot on the bridge, him coming out that fucking smoke, that shit was tough. I don't go fuck what nobody say. That shit was hard. That was some godly shit. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, see all of this, see this shit?
Iteration.
That pissed me off. So like, he's showing all this cool shit in the trailers, and it lost its value. It lost its hype factor. Like, oh, it's in the trailer. Like that one shot himself and the girl lost his value. You feel me? I hate it. Goddamn, hate it, bro.
On the big screen, I couldn't help but wonder where in the hierarchy of all live-action Superman does he rank. So with nearly every on-screen Man of Tomorrow and their displays of power cataloged, I hope to explain to you in ascending order which
my goat, bro. Oh my god, bro. Goat. Oh my, he killed that shit, bro. I'm so mad they hold that show for this. I'm so mad. We could have both. You could have called that shit Elseworlds, and this you could. I think they had like 7 seasons slated for Superman and Lois. You know what I mean? Oh my god, bro. Anyway,
Last son of Krypton would stand supreme before comparing them to David Cornsweat's version.
hey,
Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and let's begin.
I also did like his parents. I like his mom and his dad too. You feel me?
As a formality, I have to mention Nick Cage's Superman scene in The Flash. Not much to
Really? Wait, hold on. I have not watched that movie, and I still don't. I still don't plan on watching that fucking movie.
say. His heat vision blasts apart a giant mechanical spider. We have zero frame of reference for how strong that is, but at least he can say he was in the best DC movie since The
All right, Nick, chill out, bro.
Dark Knight. Sure, I
Yeah.
wish I could say it at least made Cage's dream come true, but even he didn't seem that happy about it.
I don't know what happened there.
No, hold on. What the fuck was that suit? What was that suit? I just peed game on that.
Mechanical spider. We have zero frame of reference for how strong that is, but at least he can say he was in the best DC movie since The Dark Knight. Sure.
Yeah,
I wish
sure.
I could say it at least made Cage's dream come true, but
Okay.
even he didn't seem that happy about it.
I don't know what happened there.
More aptly, next we have George Reeves, who played the Man of Steel during the 1950s. In the television episode Panic in the Sky, Superman manages to redirect a meteor described as king-size and 5 miles in diameter. Keep in mind that the Chicxulub impact, which killed the dinosaurs, yielded up to 72 teratons of TNT, burned down 70% of all Earth's forests, heated the solar system, caused nearly worldwide earthquakes, tsunamis, and killed 75%
Hey,
of all
GG.
living species at the time, and it was only 1.24 times larger than what Superman managed to deflect here. However, he did not destroy it, but merely launched it away from Earth, only to soon come back at the end of the episode. Doing so also cost Superman his memories, waking up with selective amnesia, only
hell?
knowing himself to be mild-mannered reporter Clark Kent. So
See, I hate plot points like that, bro. I hate bullshit plot points. Like, why the hell you got amnesia for? A meteor ain't shit to Superman. You know what I mean? Anyway, that would annoy the fuck out of me.
it is safe to say this is his upper limit, and he didn't even really destroy it. It took a super weapon to eventually do so. Luckily
Crazy.
for me, this episode was actually remade almost identically in the Lois and Clark Dean Cain series, meaning these two versions of the Man of Tomorrow should be nearly equal. The bright side is, for being among the weakest live-action Supermen, they can still survive and recover from an attack capable of effectively rebooting the entire Earth's ecosystem through
what?
mass casualty. And the examples I'll soon mention
All
are
alone.
far more powerful.
Oh yeah.
Such as the Superman of the DCEU.
Hey.
Now, it's worth clarifying that between the two versions of Justice League, it seems someone at WB got their head on straight and made the Snyder Cut canon. In The Flash, we see Aquaman angrily pointing at the speedster from within the
You know what's crazy? For better or worse, I would love to have seen this shit at least finish, bro. You know, let this man, you know, develop his story how he wanted to develop his story, man, and his characters. Because we were supposed to get that Superman, you know, that go-lucky chipper Superman, you know, positive Superman, but he never got to finish. But it is what it is, bro. I ain't tripping.
Chrono Bowl, which only happened in the Snyder Cut. And Flash also mentions time traveling for a single second. With that said, Zack Snyder noted the original Doomsday, native to Krypton, managed to somewhat break the moons apart as seen in that planet's sky. This has been clocked to require around 30 exatons
Crazy.
of AT&T equivalent.
I would
It was
love to
also
see that
revealed
fight.
in a Hollywood magazine interview for Justice League that Steppenwolf managed to survive a fight with the original Doomsday. And considering how effortlessly Superman dominates the new god, he would easily scale to that amount of power. In fact, we know based on Superman's ability to
Was that the sci-fi? Is this the sci-fi show? remember they had a sci-fi show for like a DC TV show. What's it called? Krypton or some shit?
Scale to that amount of power.
That looked good. I think it's what's a TV show. That looked good actually. That looked good.
In fact, we know based on Superman's ability to fly on Earth that Krypton's gravity is much harsher than our world's. This would also affect the moons of Krypton, so Doomsday shattering them would be somewhat greater than splitting our own. In fact, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Cyborg all scale to Steppenwolf, meaning they too could endure moon-shattering levels of energy. And Superman is unfazed by all three of them jumping him, meaning he should be roughly 3 times stronger than Steppenwolf. So he himself would be within the range of 90 exatons, or over 1.25 million times more powerful than George Reeves and Dean Cain.
Oh yeah,
Since
not even
the
close.
Snyder Cut is canon, that would also include his version of Darkseid, who is called the Ultimate Oppressor, one of the most powerful beings in the DC multiverse.
That's what I want to see, man.
Every reality, and is even extra dimensional. While it was intended for Superman to eventually beat Darkseid, this never came to fruition, and is likely to only exist in the head.
That would have been a crazy fight to see in live action. Imagine if we got to see all this shit play out, bro. That would have been some crazy shit to see in live action, bro. But Warner Brothers, I don't know what the fuck going on with Warner Brothers, bro. It's like these higher ups, man, need to get the hell out of the kitchen, bro, because they always fucking us some shit. Oh my god.
Heads and hearts of fanboys. But this Superman also has plenty of great statements, such as The Rock, who was at one time basically in charge of the DCEU, calling Superman
the most powerful force of all time in any universe.
Like I said, Darkseid is likely in a higher dimension, layered on top of the DCEU, so he and Superman wouldn't really share the same multiverse. So the
Hey, bro, if he would have walked through that portal, bro. That boom, that boom too. Oh my god, bro. Them niggas would have got folded. I ain't gonna hold you.
Rock's statement wouldn't apply. However, it would make him for sure stronger than the original Doomsday, who Zack Snyder confirmed is still out there somewhere in the universe. All the same,
really?
At face value, this could make this version of the Man
I did not know that.
the strongest being in any DC multiverse, this statement, but I think you'll see that this extreme language isn't reserved for this Superman. So it might not be as clear-cut as that. Let's just consider his literal feats for now. Back to the small screen for the CW/Arrowverse version of Superman. In my opinion, it makes a lot of sense to place this version of the Man.
Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Unfortunately, I don't care about this fucking car. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro. Supergirl was so. Oh my god. Why did that? You fell off. Didn't care. You feel me? My nigga. My nigga. You feel me? Oh my god, bro. CW. Oh my god, bro. CW was that was an arc and a half, bro. Like the Flash, I was so hyped for the Flash. Them first 2, I want to say maybe 3 seasons. I forgot what it was about though, but I think it was up to season 3. Solid. You feel me? Supergirl, trash out the fucking gate. I'm sorry. Oh my god. And you know what's crazy? I already knew it was gonna be some bullshit. Cause like when I saw Supergirl CBS, I was like, nope. That's already a red flag right there, bro. You feel me? They didn't want to CW, but Batwoman, stop it. Stop it. What was this shit called? Them niggas going through time and shit. I forgot what that shit was called. Didn't care about that one either. But I think this show's probably the better one of the shows, of all these fucking shows. Besides Arrow. Arrow solid. You feel me? But yeah. Felicity fine ass. Oh my god. But anywho. I'm glad this shit is over with, bro. On me. They was putting out bullshit. Oh my god. And it was the same formula. I'm like, do something else. Oh my god.
Man of
Anyway,
Steel this high up. After all, the Arrowverse is probably the most expansive version of the DC universe outside of the comics.
Yeah.
With a
To say-
ridiculous amount
to say it's a all these are TV shows. To say at that, bro. Now imagine they had budget. You know what I'm saying? Imagine they had better, competent fucking writers. Oh my god.
of hours and interconnected lore. While he may play second fiddle to Supergirl, that doesn't inherently make him weak. As we see in the CW Crisis on Infinite Earths special, he was able to go toe-to-toe with a bloodlusted version of the Brandon Routh, Christopher Reeve Superman. For those who don't remember, Superman Returns acted as a sequel to the Richard Donner Superman 1 and 2 films, with the aged Kal-El even referencing the events of the maligned Superman 3 movie. So it seems to be the case that the Reeve or Routh Superman, whom the Arrowverse version battled, acts as a kind of
That's like one of the draw points I hate about CW, bro. It's like the CGI is 2 packs of ass. For like characters like this, for a franchise like this, bro, it's like, bro, it deserves better.
composite of these 5 films. In Superman Returns, he managed to move an entire island made out of kryptonite. But even more notably, in Superman 4, the hero managed to move the Earth's moon to create a solar eclipse in as little as 6 seconds flat, which would require over 24,000 times the amount of force necessary to ragdoll the DCEU Steppenwolf. Now, to say Superman 3 and 4 are canon to Superman Returns causes some obvious contradictions, such as the absence of Superman's son in the older movies. If you do consider them distinct, which it seems the CW writers did not, this would not be the last of their mistakes, then consider this level of power to be exclusive to the Superman 4 version of the hero. The Arrowverse boasts nearly 450 hours of content. However, like the Flash's much maligned speed scaling, a lot of this is considered inconsistent. I think this might be best showcased when trying to unpack how powerful
look my
Superman
nigga.
and Lois version of
Oh my god, bro. So, oh my god, I love this show. I was like, hold on, we got a decent show that's not Smallville. I'm like, hold on, big bro, stop it.
the character is. To those who haven't seen the show, it was originally intended to be set within the same universe as Arrow and Flash.
Thank God it didn't. Thank God it wasn't.
Acting as a spin-off of Supergirl. There is a catch though, as DC produced the Earth Prime comic series as a compromise in place of a live action crossover, where the alternate evil Man of Steel seen in Superman and Lois Season 1 manages to hold off multiple Arrowverse heroes, including Kid Flash, Jay Garrick, Martian Manhunter, and Supergirl herself. Steel is then noted to have survived a battle with this evil Superman, with the main Superman and Lois Man of Steel being far stronger than John Henry's warsuit. So in theory, Superman and Lois should far eclipse the Arrowverse cast. However, this comic was produced at a time before that show's massive retcon in Season 2, due to the pandemic restricting the creators from organizing crossovers like they could in the past. So this Diggle that appears in Superman and Lois is stated to be a different one than his Arrowverse counterpart by the showrunner. Superman was the only superhero in this universe. The Earth Prime comic would, via its title and promo material, suggest that Superman and Lois is on the same Earth as Arrow and Supergirl. This book was likely retconned, with even smaller details like Hines' appearance starkly flying in the face of what we see later in the post-retcon show itself. So we probably have to judge this Superman based on his own feats rather than scaling to the Arrow.
Tyler did a good job, bro. On God, bro. On God, bro. My nigga Tyler did a good job, man. Dead ass.
This still says a lot, however, as in his fight with Doomsday, they managed to cause massive devastation to our moon. Keep in mind, this alone is about 230,000 times less impressive than the DCEU Superman. That being said, after managing to sun dip and amplify his powers in Season 2, he managed to pull apart and prevent the merging of his Earth with that of Bizarro World. Depending on how you interpret this, if he's either pushing to planet planets apart, or maybe even 2 entire universes,
Yeah.
as some would suggest, it would still be far beyond his contemporaries' displays of being 3 times stronger than shattering a lunar satellite or pushing it in front of the sun, etc. A single Earth, much less 2, is 81 times more massive than our moon. So even interpreting this
Crazy.
in its least charitable sense, an amped version of Superman and Lois
Jordan!
is still so much more powerful than the DC EU or even Donner or Arrowverse Supermen. But for my money, the Superman that eclipses all of that thus far is the Smallville iteration of the Man of Tomorrow, specifically via his feats in the season 11 comic continuation of the show. Does this count?
What the fuck he gotta see? I don't think I ever knew that. I gotta read that shit. Look, Ollie. I gotta go read that. Season 11 hold on, bro. I gotta go read that.
As live action, maybe, maybe not. I'm gonna talk about it anyway. By the end of season 10, Clark's first real feat as Superman was casually pushing the planet Apokolips out.
That's crazy. Apocalypse even pulled up in this goddamn show. That is crazy enough in its own, bro.
Outside of our solar system entirely. Apokolips is only slightly smaller than Earth, so to overpower its collision course with the planet and to push the entire
That's crazy. He never really wore this suit,
as
bro.
far as he did would require over 1 by 10 to the 21st power, or 1 followed by 21 zeros
somebody
times
say.
more powerful than that of Cavill's Superman. That's just a mind-boggling amount of energy. Throughout the sequel book and its own adaptation of the Crisis on Infinite Earths storyline predating the CW version, the race of beings known as the Monitors weaponize the Bleed, the energy that binds the universes within the multiverse together, which they had harnessed to erase multiple entire realities already. Superman not only resists these Bleed-powered weapons multiple times, he also overpowers the even deadlier Blue Bleed, rebuking its ability to erase a being from time and existence outright. Due to the magnitude of this concept, it requires some additional context from the mainstream comics side of things. As the editor-in-chief of DC as a whole puts it,
publishing, TV shows, games, movies.
I gotta go look that up, bro. I gotta go watch a video or read that shit, bro.
They are all legitimate. They are all authentic. They are all part of canon. They are all part of the DC multiverse.
that is to say, the comic book multiverse is separate from the Arrowverse multiverse, as they each boast massive continuity-defining events that are, by and large, ignored by one another. However, the Bleed is one of the few things that transcends that, as the DC book puts
I forgot
it.
that happened.
The
I forgot he
Bleed
put
even
up in
holds
that
together
show.
the multiverses of the Omniverse. So, per that, the same Bleed seen in the main comics is the very one which Smallville Superman endured. In Superman Beyond Final Crisis, the true monitors, surveyors, and protectors of all reality, sitting above and beyond the very edge of all creation, state that to even harness a drop of the Bleed would make for the ultimate weapon. So, if the Bleed is the same across all reality, it's the ultimate weapon to beings with knowledge of the entire multiverse, and Smallville Superman can overpower even a drop of it, he would
That's my
surely
nigga
be
Clark.
way more powerful than his DCEU, Donnerverse, and Arrowverse counterparts. That being said, this seems to be an issue of perspective, and the various narrators across DC multimedia. For example, in the Arrowverse, their monitor is simply a random alien who gains great power at one point, who then went from world to world testing them to find paragons capable of defeating or preventing the Anti-Monitor's conquest. Some statements from those shows' creators suggest that these champions would have been the most powerful in the multiverse. However, this seems unlikely in the actual material, as I don't think anyone in their right mind would say that White Canary or Batwoman are more powerful
Facts.
than Smallville Superman.
Get
Like
him
I
outta
said
here,
as
bro.
well, the Monitor wasn't omniscient and had to painstakingly judge from world to world. Which leads to my next point. The writers and producers of the CW Crisis clearly intended for this to be the Smallville Kal-El, and even note how the Season 11 comics are canon backstory for his cameo. But Tom Welling himself actually refuted this, saying that that because of the multiverse, the real Smallville Superman could still be out there saving the day. This is worth stating, as Welling did have creative control over the original show via being a producer and director, even beyond playing Clark. It even coincides with what the Smallville show depicted.
I don't think I knew that.
Being immortal and the heroes of the 31st century basically worshiping him. So if the Monitor kept looking, would he have found a Superman durable enough to survive weaponized bleed, capable of easily beating the Anti-Monitor all by himself? It makes it all very ambiguous and hard to say definitively one way or another. In my opinion, I think when taking into account how infamously inconsistent the power levels within the Flash and larger Arrowverse truly are, the retcons and clashing creator statements, I find the comic book Monitors to be far more reliable given their cosmic status and metaphysical constitution. They exist in a fundamental realm, wielding machines capable of forging entire universes out of concepts.
That's crazy work, bro.
Powerful aliens or genius evil scientists
That's crazy work.
Populate the Arrowverse. And in all likelihood, it was a rogue faction of these beings that Smallville Superman managed to defeat. The CW had so many cooks in the kitchen, conflicting ideas, and even suffered some globally incited setbacks, as opposed to Smallville Season 11, which was written by a single person all the way through, making it much more straightforward.
You know what I mean?
Now, to assess
that's how it's supposed to be.
live action.
That shit was hard. Damn, we didn't even get to this nigga. I forgot all about this nigga. Oh my god, bro! I love Smallville, man. That show is goated. That show is timeless, bro. I'm gonna watch that show until the day I die, like dead ass, bro.
Action Superman and his power level, even as far
and low key now Superman and Lois. Low key, I ain't gonna hold you. See this scene? They kept showing in the goddamn trailer. See this would have been so much cooler to me if I didn't know it was gonna happen. Hate that shit.
Promotion, we already knew that he was
the most powerful metahuman of all time.
Even Jim Lee, the chief creative officer overseeing all of DC, also said as much.
He's the fastest. He is the most powerful superhero there is.
Even before the film came out, this had massive implications thanks to the Blue Beetle movie. The notion of the DCU's continuity has been a head-scratcher, with Gunn stating that nothing before the timeline's soft launch of Creature Commandos was considered fully canon. However, he had also called Blue Beetle the first DCU character, and he even told that movie's director that the film was...
See, I'll watch this film over Blue Beetle. Ugh. And I love my nigga Jaime. You know what I'm saying? I love the actor Zolo. I fuck with that nigga, man. Miguel, Mickey. You feel me? But this movie, man.
The first step into the DCU and a canonical part of Jaime Reyes' story.
If we do see him again, hopefully they do it better, man. A better job
of the DCU, etc. He also noted that the film is a foundation for the upcoming animated Blue Beetle series, which will continue the story from the movie. Gunn was also promoted to the head of the studio.
Hopefully it's good.
Blue Beetle was released, and he even provided notes for the film in the same capacity as what he is currently doing amid Supergirl's production.
Now, hopefully, this is good. Like dead ass, because I hear mixed bags about this shit. Like people like Woman of Tomorrow, and some people hate this shit. I have not read it, don't know nothing about it, so I can't speak on it. But hopefully, this shit good, because I love Supergirl, man. AKA Baby Girl, like I say, bro. Injustice 2, she a main. You know what I'm saying? Injustice 3, since it's damn near confirmed, I saw this shit. She better be in that bitch too. I want to see Zatanna come back. I want to see Raven come back. I want to see everybody come back who won in the second game. Doomsday, all them niggas. Sinestro, all them niggas come back, bro. Batgirl. Oh my god. Anyway, I don't want to see no freaking crossover characters, bro. Fuck, unless it's like Invincible or some shit. You feel me? I feel like Omni-Man, and Injustice would be way cooler than in Mortal Kombat. Just saying. But yeah, all those Mortal Kombat characters, keep them niggas in Mortal Kombat. I don't want to see not one Mortal Kombat character, you know what I'm saying, in Injustice 3. That ass. You could put you could put Homelander in the back end. You could put Homelander in Justice 3. I won't mind that. That'll be a cool little dynamic. You could put Omni-Man, you could put Invincible. That'll be a cool dynamic. But nah. But anyway,
production.
I'm yapping.
That being said, Blue Beetle seems to either be already canon or is soon to be 100% canon via the means of the animated series, which is
probably so.
huge, as within the film we see a Green Lantern, as revealed by the director, blast the Scarab into a planet utterly annihilated.
Yeah, see,
with the
that shit was
Scarab
crazy.
then unscathed. The prequel novel to Superman
Man,
notes
right
that
through that
Green
mug.
Lantern Guy Gardner is a metahuman, meaning that's likely true for Hal Jordan and John Stewart as well, who have been stated capable of using all the power there.
Is that out? This nigga, this pretty boy ass nigga, he don't look regular enough to be my John, bro. That's Hal, and this nigga too. What the? These are Hal. This is Hal and John.
Rings can afford them. So by all metrics, Superman should scale to this planetary explosion, which would be about 34 times shy of Christopher Reeve moving the moon, but about 23 billion times more powerful than DCEU Superman, being 3 times as strong as the original Doomsday. But does the film itself back that up? After all, James Gunn himself said
You don't want him to be able to punch a planet in half.
but try to remember that Zack Snyder, before Man of Steel, said
I beg
he
to
wanted
differ.
to nerf his Superman to the point that he couldn't lift continents. Yet, within Man of Steel, he managed to survive and destroy the World Engine, which could essentially obliterate and recreate multiple
Always gotta nerf niggas, man, bro. Let them niggas be what they what they need to be, bro.
continents on the Earth's surface. So these directors can say or intend whatever they want, but the movies are the actual proof of what these characters are truly capable of or incapable of. From within Lex's pocket dimension, Superman manages to use his super breath to free himself from the pull of a black hole, while basically being within the event horizon. Keep in mind, he'd only received a minor pick-me-up from Metamorpho just prior, and was still kryptonite poisoned after performing this feat. Applying a calculation derived from Omni-Man's display in Invincible Season 2, this would mean that Superman's literal dying breath could level a whole mountain. On top of this, James Gunn stated that if his Superman tried reversing time, akin to Christopher Reeve,
The world would go backwards, and that means everyone would just be crushed and die.
from a sheer kinetic energy perspective, the Donner feat would output enough power to destroy an entire country. And considering the lineage with which Gunn's filmic pedigree would inspire Superman, it stands to reason that the writer-director would compare his Man of Steel to the heroes
It's crazy. That was 10 years ago. He looks so fucking different. I know he dyed his hair, but like still, nigga, what the hell?
of the MCU, such as when he stated Adam Warlock from Guardians of the Galaxy 3,
His power is pretty commensurate with Thor and Captain Marvel.
but only nearing the strength of Superman. Keep in mind that Gunn acted as a consultant and essentially script doctor on every MCU movie during his tenure at the studio, meaning, in at least Gunn's opinion, Superman is more powerful than the God of Thunder and a heroine stated to be the most powerful living being in the MCU, even by Kevin Feige himself, who also said the Captain could punch away a moon, funny enough. Carol Danvers is notable for having survived a strike from the Power Stone, which boasts at the very least planet-destroying energy, especially when wielded by a Thanos with every intent to kill. Beyond this, the Justice Gang managed to contain and seemingly defeat what is called...
Oh yeah, I did like Mr. Terrific too in this movie too. I ain't gonna lie, I did like that nigga, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hawk Girl, she ain't do shit for me, unfortunately, bro. She not my Shira. Hopefully that changes in the future. You know, cause you already know, man. Y'all seen Justice League Unlimited, bro. Baby, Hawk Girl, aka Baby Girl. You feel me? Yeah, Shira, hey, she one of them. You know what I mean? She one of them. But you know, we just started. That's another thing I don't like is like they put characters in here like this is a Superman film, but we seen other niggas. You know, they in here, but you know, they ain't getting enough screen time. It's like,
interdimensional imp. with Lex implying Superman could 1v3 that entire unit, placing his
I
power
also like
directly above
Lex too,
this
Loki. I ain't gonna hold
Now,
you.
James Gunn is an unabashed fan of Batmite, an infamous DC imp from the Fifth Dimension, who was even name-dropped in Peacemaker Season 1. So perhaps with further extrapolation detailing the imp seen in the film from, say, the upcoming Superman art book, this version of the Man of Steel could soon be recognized as having higher dimensional levels of power. All of this together makes this new Superman
was a hard shot.
already insanely impressive. Stronger than Christopher Reeves or the Arrowverse Superman. Scaling above everything shown in Blue Beetle would make him over 22 billion times stronger than Henry Cavill's Man of Steel. And he may even stand the best chance of surpassing Superman and Lois or even Smallville if this imp is truly akin to Mr. Mixie or Batmite, but only time
we'll
will
see.
tell.
We'll see.
In
Yeah.
my opinion, the bar he has to clear ultimately is the 2000s
My nigga, man. Somebody's. I'm putting the thumbnail. Somebody say.
small screen Clark Kent all grown up. But it depends on what sources you prioritize, the main comics and guidebooks, or shows that try to tell you time travel is equal to Mach 2. With all that said, thank you so much for
The hell?
watching. Catch me on all my future live streams, become a channel member,
Hey.
gain access to my Discord server, and I'll see you all next time.
W video, man. W video. Ain't no what's crazy. It could happen. He could surpass our nigga Loki. You know what I mean? This the new universe. So, you know, depending on how long this shit goes, unless they reboot the shit again in like the next 5 years for some stupid ass reason, you know, this could go long as possible. You know, so Superman is a main character, you know what I'm saying? Top tier nigga. So yeah, he could probably do some shit against, you know, I think who the main villain? Is it Lex? I know I seen some thumbnails, some pictures and whatnot. I don't know if it's Lex gonna be the villain in the next movie for him. Cause I seen him in his suit, you know. But there's no kryptonite though, so they said there's no more kryptonite left on the planet, so we ain't really got to worry about that unless, you know, you get old boy again. But yeah, I don't know. Is it Brainiac? We could see Brainiac in the Supergirl film, probably, maybe, I don't know. See a live action Brainiac on the big screen, that would be cool. But oh my god, Darkseid too. Ooh. I wonder what James Gunn Darkseid design would be for this universe, low key. I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, Corn Sweat Superman could surpass our niggas, you know, Clark, you know, Tom. But yeah, all in due time though. All in due time. Also, Tyler, again, did a W job as Superman and Superman and Lois. Love that show. You know, I might watch that shit after I'm done watching Smallville again. You feel me? So right now I'm on season 8 for Smallville, episode 2 or 3. Been binge watching that shit while playing my games, bro. I got that shit in the background, just watching that shit, laughing, just having a good time, bro. On me. But yeah. Like I said, bro, Superman movie, it wasn't the worst thing. You know, I could see why people didn't like it. I could see why people do like it. You know what I'm saying? And I could definitely watch this film over other films. Like I said, Thunderbolts, not even fucking close. Blue Beetle, not even close, bro. The Marvels, ugh. The Marvels 2 pissed me off. Oh my god. I don't know why that show even existed. That movie existed, bro. On me. Brave New World. Yeah, probably even Brave New World. Brave New World was okay. It was safe. It was meh. You know, the best part was the third act. You feel me? And the scene, you know, I did like that scene, them fighting around the celestial shit. That was cool. But yeah, bro. Oh my god, I'm just so tired of these boof ass, weak ass films, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. And again, I don't know who said that Supergirl gonna beat Spider-Man Brave New Day in the box office again. Like I said, y'all fucking retarded. Go get your head checked out, bro, because that's not happening. That's not happening. Supergirl, that movie will have to be peak. Not I mean peak, and crazy amounts of word of mouth, and somehow, some way, they will have to fuck up, you know, our boy Tom's Spider-Man film, which they haven't done for the last 3 films. So I don't see why they will break the streak. You feel me? But I'm yapping. Love y'all. Thanks for watching. You guys enjoyed this reaction, man. Hit the video over the like, comment down below, and subscribe. Again, road to 3K. Now subscribe. Fight on Patreon, Twitch, and the game channel. Link in the description down below. Got the crisis. Get up to 80K. Tight beat. Putting in work. W video as always, man. Our boy Clark Kent, Smallville, man. Here, bruh. On me. But y'all let me know. Did y'all mess with this movie or not? What you liked about it? What you didn't like about it? You feel me? Let me know. Comment down below. But yeah, love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.